see. All right, set right there. And I think we can see the ground, so that's got what I want. So today, for those of you watching in the future, what I'm doing is I am going to work out with my injury and obviously tailor my exercises to what my injury is. So this is going to be a relatively short workout. This is just more about movement than anything else. This is not as hard as I normally go. This is just maintenance, not necessarily them sick gains, you know, whatever. All that good stuff. All right, so for those of you who don't know, I am injured in a boot right now. The boot is covering up a surgery. I decided that I was going to run down some stairs in the dark, and I had weight over my head like this. My left foot hit the bottom of the steps and folded in half, and so that metatarsal that's right here on that outside bit of the foot snapped in half. Had to have reconstructive surgery, all the good stuff. That reconstructive surgery with the titanium plate and the 5 titanium screws that they put in my foot, where that came out to was a little over 2.5 weeks ago now. I am cleared to put minimal weight on it in the boot. I can't do full weight bearing in the boot, but I can go about my business, and I can progress over every Barak Shabbat, brother. Shalom to you, Kermode. Good to see you. So yeah, I can bear some weight on my foot, but I can't go full weight bearing in the boot yet. I'll come out of the boot towards the end of the month, and then I will be able to baby my foot out of the boot again for a while until Doc clears me to go back full force. It's like going to be basically 4th of July before I can be, rucking, running, jumping stairs, climbing, all the fun stuff. But, minimal day-to-day life stuff I should be clear to do before that. But anyway, without further ado, let me, you know what, Kermode, you're here, so, and then we've also got, look like a really strong guy. Well, smell isn't everything, so, Kermode, since you're here and 10 other people, I will grace you guys with my attempt at a pistol squat. So, I'll tell you what, I'll scoot back just a wee further. You guys might be able to see it a little bit better. But all right, break so that way you do not run away on me. That would not be fun. But pistol squat, one leg. See how many I can do, because I am bracing minimally on here. I would love to be able to do them no hands. That's 2. Yeah, that's bracing quite a bit more. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5 with quite a bit of brace. So, switch to a Bulgarian split squat. Notice I'm not putting any weight on my foot. So I can go about it and do some more. Yeah, my foot injury does not stop me from doing things with my arms. So, even though I had to do bed rest, doesn't mean that I can't. I know these weights look impressive. They're 40 pounds. It's just concrete. These are those rock weights they were doing on Instagram for forever. I've reached out to the company because I would love to actually push them really hard, because I think this is a great cost-effective way for somebody to get into free weights and kettlebells. They're bulky, that's the big complaint, but you look super strong doing it. But this gets you in at like 50 cents a pound, basically. In some circumstances, you may actually get in, you catch it on sale, and then you catch your concrete on sale. You might even get in at 25 cents a pound. So that is infinitely better than $1 to $3 a pound for weights. So, but this company Rock Weights, they were doing stuff, and it was really cool. But their manufacturer who made the molds went out of business, and so they're scrambling to try and find someone who will actually take orders because everybody else who molds plastic is like super busy. So, an option for very economical weights. The cinder block. There's two types of cinder blocks that are the normal size. I mean, they have a gazillion different types of cinder blocks, but your standard like actual size of cinder block, there's two types. There's a little bit more solid one and a little bit more, or a little less solid one that has like visible pits in it. Like the solid one, you rub your hand across it, and it's pretty smooth for the most part. Whereas the other one feels like, I don't know, like 20 grit sandpaper, because it's a lot more porous. And then you pick up the two and you'll see the difference weight wise, because the one that's way more porous weighs like 20 pounds, whereas the one that is a lot more solidified weighs a lot closer to 40 pounds. They make some 60 pounders that are like wider, that the holes are substantially bigger, and you can get into those if you want. And then they have some that are real thin that I want to say those are like 14 pounds or something, give or take. Don't quote me on the weight 100%. But the workout group that I work out with, called F3, they give you a cinder block when you show up. These are like $2, and for weight, it is literally the most cost-effective way to get into weight. But you can go to Home Depot or Menards or Lowe's, or wherever is going to sell garden supplies practically, and they'll have it. And you can get a couple of them. And I've seen dudes take 2x4s and put these on them, and then they have weights that they can squat with. So it's it's up to you. You can get into stuff really, really cheap. You don't have to spend a gazillion dollars on Rogue Fitness, but you can do curls. At F3, we call these curls for the girls. So you're doing your curls. I mean, you can do your overhead presses, or you actually work stuff that way. You can do, and I am bearing minimal weight on my leg this way, but you can actually do rows, or I'm sorry, that would be rows. And you can do whatever they call those. I don't know. It's wherever you hinge your body. I know what it's called. I just can't think of the word to save my life. But you have those options. You can single arm curl. You can double arm curl. I mean, you can do halos with these things. Get a very non-traditional. You can come over, be on the ground. If y'all can see me through the comment section. We call those American twists. Some people call them Russian hammers, but we're in the good old US of A. So do that, work your abs. So you have a gazillion ways you can get into stuff. And I'm doing all of this without putting an undue pressure on my injury. Now, when I'm able to do full weight on this leg, will there be a disparage between this leg and this leg? Yes. But it will be easier to build this leg up than be down for potentially 10 weeks and have no solid ability to build back up quickly. Keep the other 90% of me as toned as possible. I mean, even doing Bulgarian split squats, where I'm putting my foot just off of my scooter edge and going that way, I'm able to get some quad on my injured side. So there's really a lot of ways I can work that, and it's just very doable. It's modify, modify, modify. That's the whole point all the way around. What happened to my leg, dude? So I was explaining earlier, it's running downstairs with weight in the dark with my workout group, and I folded my foot in half. So it, just one of those things. What state am I in? That's confidential. Praying for you that you may heal quickly. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, anyway, now, if you look hard enough, you can figure out what state I'm in. But you'd have to dig into my channel and look at a whole bunch of stuff and see what's what. But anyway, so an option that I wanted to demonstrate, I can do push-ups without ever having my left leg touch the ground. So even if it was 0 weight bearing, I can still do push-ups. Be okay. So down but not out. I have noticed I'm slower. Like I'm not moving super fast when I'm getting things done. I've noticed that, swelling and pain at my injury site is part of it. You have to modify accordingly. I can't work out as hard. Can't work out as often. Keeping a different schedule, but do what you can. Just because you're hurt doesn't mean you're out for the count. Now, I can't go back to my day job right now. So I can't, climb up and down and do stuff like I normally do at my day job. I can't run around. It's very physical. I was doing a live stream the other night where I was putting up a baby gate. I was having to work around things. I probably could have done that uninjured way faster, like half the time or less. So if I had a job where it's time dependent on me being excellent, then it's only so much that you can do. But something is better than nothing. I would rather have some movement, have some good physicality with my body than have nothing. Now, can I run right now? No, I can't. I can cruise around on my scooter. It's different, but it is what it is. And let's see, you guys have any questions? See where stuff's at. We got 5 people with us right now, 2 likes, all the cool stuff. Anyway, haven't really done much with the kettlebell. Real quick, let's take that. Kettlebell. Lock this. Let's see how kettlebell swings get modified. This kettlebell's a 60-pounder. It's that rock weight. That's the scooter. There is that. So just demonstrating that it is possible. You do stuff while you're at it. All right. It's okay. I was just seeing you're in a t-shirt and you're wearing whether it looks pleasant birds singing while most northern states are dealing with lots of rain, snow, tornadoes. It's nice in Florida. Yeah. Could be a lot worse, could be a lot better, I guess, either way. But yeah, I'm just I'm just not disclosing states right now because if you want to look hard enough, you can find it. But it's one of those that I'm just not freely throwing that out there to everybody. So anyway. Guys, that's 15 minutes. And probably 5 of that is me yak showing. But that is something. It is better than nothing. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.